All right. Hello, Tom. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super excited to speak to you. And I would first maybe like to just kick it off with a short introduction from yourself and
Yeah,
from the company you're representing, which is Eneco.
yeah. So, hello, Sarah. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here. Eneco is actually Belgium's biggest green energy supplier. So we use 100% green electricity and 100% produced as well in Belgium. So we are a producer as well. We invest a lot in new solar energy, new wind parks. So actually, we have a big share in the offshore parks at the North Sea, and we are actually Belgium's biggest solar energy producer. And then personally, in my role as an innovation manager, I'm head of the innovation team in Belgium. And our job is actually to create, to test, to launch, and scale new products and services. And next to that, we're in close sync as well with our venturing team in Rotterdam, so at the Eneco Group headquarters. So we do the scouting for interesting Belgian startups and scale-ups as well. So I'm since 2 years at Eneco. Before that, I have a background in consulting within telco, tech, and utility sectors, mainly on topics such as strategy, innovation, and digital transformation.
Amazing. I mean, with all of the background that you've listed, I feel like there could be so many things to talk about today. But maybe let's first focus on what is actually Eneco's innovation strategy and what is your innovation focus?
Yeah. So our innovation roadmap is really focused on our the evolution of our role towards an energy manager. So we want to evolve from a mere commodity player to a energy manager to really be able to help our customers in the energy transition and the energy crisis. We actually see three big steps in that. The first one is on insights. So we want to give our customers insights in their energy usage. Our smart meter app will play a big role in that. We're testing it now, so it will come live in the coming months. So we will display the data of the digital meter, but actually we want to enrich that as well. So we will take our smart algorithms and use that to enrich that data, and it will enable us to show much more with that data. So we can, for example, show device categories in the consumption. So what amount of your consumption goes towards heating, what amount goes to hot water, to cooking, lighting, washing and drying. So all that kind of interesting stuff. We'll benchmark that as well. So then you can see how do I compare to similar households. So it actually should give a really good view to our customers where they can save more and where they can improve their consumption. So that's the first step. Second step is then on coaching. So take that data and use it to give interesting coaching to our customers. We want to look into real-time data as well. So for example, we can use it then to increase self-usage of solar energy for our customers, to reduce power peaks in function of the upcoming capacity tariff, and to, most simply use electricity at the cheapest and at the greenest moments. So for the latter, we have a pilot live at the moment. So it's called a dynamic pricing pilot, where we put our customers on a dynamic tariff, which means that the tariff changes every hour. So that's really a really good incentive to use electricity at the cheapest and at the greenest hours. So that's step two. Step three is then really focusing on optimization and steering. So we look into HEMS, home energy management systems, again to steer certain devices such as a heat pump, such as EVs, electric boilers, to again use at the cheapest and the greenest moments during the day. Next month, we will, within that context, we'll launch a pilot with a smart meter, a smart charging app, and we'll start something as well, a pilot with smart e-boiler modules. Those three steps are really important in that evolution.
Super interesting, and I love how customer-centric you are, and especially in such important times as right now. So, Tom, you're also a part of you're a corporate partner from RecAp, the Resilient City Accelerator program that we just launched. So, how does RecAp then fit in your strategy?
Yeah. So on a strategy level, we are really focused on accelerating the energy transition. We actually summarized that into our One Planet plan last year, which states that we want to be net zero by 2035. 2035 might not sound that ambitious, but you need to bear in mind that we are an electricity and a gas supplier. So it actually means that we need to help our customers to move away from gas by 2035 and switch to forms of sustainable heating, especially in Belgium, which still depends a lot on gas heating. That's a major challenge. And we see RecAp and all the startups as important partners and really helping us accelerating that vision and really deliver our One Planet goals.
Great to hear, and we're very excited to do that together with you. Now, quite a specific question, because you know that we are aiming to make cities more resilient. So we are quite active also in the construction and real estate sector. So how can you help the construction and real estate sector meet the net zero ambitions?
Yeah. So again, sustainable heating is actually the most important building block in our One Planet plan. So we will need to come up with solutions for our customers to switch to heat pumps, to district heatings, or other forms of collective heating. So the construction and the real estate sector is really an important partner there for us. So we want to achieve those goals together. So that's why we're looking into collaboration there.
Great to hear. And what are your thoughts on the current energy crisis? I know this is quite a hot topic right now, but do you think that energy consumption is going to change radically?
Yeah, well, on the short term, obviously, our biggest focus is really on helping our customers getting through the crisis. So, for example, help them with payment plans, with postponements, and give them insight as well in their usage to reduce it. On the medium to long term, let's hope we can actually turn this crisis, well, into something good, and then it really becomes a pivot point for the energy transition, for politicians, for policymakers, but also for our customers. So by now, I think that everyone will start to really realize the importance of investing more in renewable energy for energy independence. And that we really need to accelerate our insulation plans, heat pump rollout, etc., etc. So let's hope in the long term that we can make something good out of this crisis.
I couldn't agree more. And maybe to go back to the program, to the RecAp program, so you will have the opportunity to get to know many startups. So my question to you would be, what are you actually looking for in a startup?
Yeah. So in general, we are looking to startups that can help us again accelerate the transition, be it on sustainable heating, be it on e-mobility, on energy insights, etc. So all different topics. But we are always looking for a win-win. So the startup need to be a good match for us, but also the other way around. We need to be a good match for that startup. We need to be able to help them. And we can typically we try to help the startups with our energy markets experience and knowledge, or commercial collaboration and access to our towards our customer base, and of course with growth capital as well. So we always look for that win-win, and that's a really important point there.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's very important for startups as well, and you do seem like a dream partner because you help them really in like a complete life cycle. So that's really, really good to hear. So startups, reach out to Tom. And then maybe let's jump into the future a little bit. what are your views on the energy of tomorrow?
Well, let's first of all hope that the crisis that we see now will settle a bit. I hope after the crisis we will all take energy maybe a bit less for granted. We'll understand the benefits of locally produced clean energy. And then the future will probably be a lot more electrified, so lots of heat pumps, lots of EVs, more distributed as well. So even more rooftop solar, maybe distributed storage as well with home batteries, but that's maybe still a bit undecided. And then thirdly, the customer will probably take up a more active role, so be consumer and prosumer at the producer at the same time. And therefore, the energy market of tomorrow will probably be a lot more focused on providing the customer with the best energy services rather than only energy supply. So that's really what we're trying to focus on.
Really interesting to hear, and I love how forward thinking you and your company is. So looking forward to seeing how energy of tomorrow will actually look like. I think we all are right now. So I think let's just maybe wrap it up with some final thoughts of yours, and then we can call it a day.
Yeah, all right. So final thoughts, we already had the startup selection day. I was quite impressed with the quality of the startups. So I'm really curious which startups will make it into the first batch. And then afterwards, I'm really eager to get started to help them to accelerate more. So really looking forward to this collaboration.
We are as well. Thank you so much, Tom, for your time today, and looking forward to our collaboration. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.